Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Kai. Welcome back to another nighttime shoot. I just draw a lot of inspiration at night. I don't know, it's the moon. It just gets me going. Anyways, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit today about what is authentic self-love. Now, this is the secret cream, baby. This is the good stuff, the sauce. You get this, your entire life is going to change. Once you start projecting that love to the external, to the world, that frequency that you're putting out to the world just by the law of attraction, that's what you're going to get back. It's, this whole world is backwards. Like, people think that we have to seek that love and we have to go find it, and we're so dependent on everything else and everyone else to give us and to meet those needs, to give us that love. But it's such a terrible feeling, because what happens when, not if, but when that supply source goes away? Now you have two options. Now you're just completely, a whole part of your self-esteem is gone, or you're gonna have to go find something else. It's true, but it's the exact opposite. This is the code, though. When you start to you have to do the inner work, and you start to uncover all of the trauma and that pain, you start to really find that authentic, true self-love, then it's going to come right back to you tenfold, baby. That law of attraction, And what is authentic self-love? I would define it as having just a fantastic relationship with yourself. And what's cool about being an empath, highly sensitive person, we're already predisposed to give that self-love to other people. We have so much love and compassion and empathy and all this amazing stuff, and we just so freely give it to people. We're amazing partners. Come on now. Because of that reason. And yet we usually don't give it to ourselves. We give it to get it back. If you really think about it, it almost comes with strings attached. It's almost like, see, notice me, see me, look what I'm doing for you. Talk about it. It's neediness is what it is, and it's manipulation. If we're being honest, and we're honest on this channel, right? This is an honest conversation here. Now, how do you get it? How do you start practicing this? First step, you can't do anything without this, man. This is like the pen to the paper. Self-awareness. You have to start developing your self-awareness, and it starts really easily. All you have to start doing is just asking yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing with everything? And be honest about it. You don't have to tell anyone about it. Just speak freely to yourself. The mind likes to justify everything. Can literally justify why the sky is red. Be honest with your self-awareness and your introspection. Okay? Prioritizing your own needs, super important. It's okay to have needs, but you shouldn't always rely on someone or something to fix those needs. What's a really big one? Here's an example. Emotional validation. Huge. We need our partner to love us this much, to text us this much, to talk to us this much, but not too much, otherwise you're needy. Oh, expectation, man. It's just a funny thing, I gotta tell you. Accepting yourself. You have to get to a point where you are okay being you. We're all striving to get better. We're all always, strive to become more self-aware, to dig out more trauma, to heal more, to do more, and all that stuff. But you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be okay as you are. Oh my God, I'd take that any day. Talk about sleeping peacefully. And that all starts with self-awareness. Recognizing where you depend on these energy sources. you know, this validation and all these things you're seeking outside of yourself, take a pause and stop and just like, man, I'm not okay right now if I don't get this emotional validation, right? Now I'm gonna take this self-love and this compassion, I'm gonna just give it to myself. You know, talk to yourself like you would a best friend that just had a terrible day, or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever just had a terrible day. How would you treat them? You know, I remember I used to date people with this overinflated sense of compassion and need for approval that I would wait on them hand and foot, you know, and make them feel better when they had a hard day and do all these things. Go buy them food, go rub their feet, go give them massages, go whatever. And I wouldn't do any of that for myself. Like, it finally clicked for me, and then, you know, it finally started to happen when I was ready to change, you know? Having compassion for yourself. Oh man, you know, when you have a hard day, if you made an error, if you made a mistake, if you said something silly, if you know, if you're sick, if you're hurt, just anything, like, we already have the compassion, guys, you know, and gals. I don't know who's watching, right? Give that to yourself. Like, give that to yourself. You can do it, you know? You just have to make that mental switch, almost. Like, what's really gonna happen is you're gonna have to get to a point where you're just not okay with the way that your life is. And that point might come in 20 years. That point might be right now for this video, all right? Some of y'all are gonna start that change now. Some of y'all are gonna listen to this, and 20 years later, you might be at that point, and that's okay. We're all on our own timelines, all right? Like, it's cool. Like, don't stress about this stuff. Just let the universe do its job, all right? We're all a product of the universe. Everything is happening exactly how it needs to happen, all right? So don't stress about this, all right? When it's your time, it's gonna be your time. But you might need to keep living the way you're living a little bit longer until you finally get tired of it, all right? You can speed this up, though, with self-awareness. Start asking yourself why. You know, owning your own needs. You know, what are your needs and why are they important to you? Recognize that stuff. That's one of those that's the self-awareness thing. It all boils down to that. Being able to recognize what are your needs. So then you can ask them to be met. And it's okay to have needs. Ask them to be met in a mature, in a calm, direct manner. You know, you don't gotta go to gaslighting. You don't gotta go to manipulation. You don't gotta do guilt trips. You know, that's what people do. You know, this person's not meeting my needs, so I'm gonna guilt trip them. You know what that does to another person? Like, especially if they're a really cool person, self-aware and stuff, they're gonna look at you and be like, I don't wanna freaking deal with this crap. You know, own that. Own that. What you do for manipulation and why you can't give that to yourself. You know, and it's gonna take time, you know, to heal this trauma. You know, another really big one is starting to recognize, like, why are you the way that you are? Why are you so needy? Why do you need all this validation and attention and love and all of that? You know, how were you raised? You know, did you grow up with a caretaker or a parent or someone that didn't provide that validation, made it an unstable environment, gave you too much validation? You know, now you have this arrogance about you that you deserve the world, but that's just your ego talking. You know, it's gonna take time though. But what's on the other end of it is a peaceful and beautiful life. And you don't need anything because you're already giving it to yourself, right? And watch too. The cool part is it almost becomes like a force field. You know, people are just gonna, leave your life. It's not even gonna be an argument or a fight or an issue. They're just not gonna want to deal with you because your awakened consciousness disturbs their soul, disturbs their ego, disturbs their pain. It'll be like the opposite ends of magnets. They're just not gonna want to deal with you. And then the right people that do want to deal with you and love you for just who you are, and you don't have to show up any specific way, you can just be, they're going to find you. You're not going to find them. They're going to find you. Be patient. Let it come. All right? Hope everyone just has a fantastic evening. I'm probably going to shoot a couple more of these videos. Like, come on now, you know? All right, rock on, guys. You know, I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Okay.